Welcome to
our magnificent home. Wonderful.
Welcome.
Kind of got a little like Nickelodeon vibe or something going on with that one.
Did it?
That build up. Welcome. Or all that.
That's a little bit like all that. Welcome to the 90s. Yeah. What are we talking about today?
Hey, what are we talking about today?
Yeah, so today we're talking about garage floors. Which, as unexciting as I would have thought that topic was, it's actually pretty darn cool. So I'm very excited about it.
Think so?
Yeah. Do you think so?
Absolutely.
Because it was originally your idea.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool, pretty cool. So, garage floors, getting rid of the concrete.
Well.
I mean, it's there.
Concrete is still there.
It's still present. It's just not visible. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
So, of course, there's a lot of different options.
Yep.
So we are not going to cover epoxy floors, just mind you, in case that's what you're looking for.
Or maybe why we didn't choose that.
Oh, that's a good idea. Why don't we choose epoxy floors?
Should we say that for later, though? You want to finish what you were going for, or your train of thought?
No, that's great. Why? Well, because we're not talking about epoxy, why did we choose not to do it before we talk about what we did choose to do, you know?
Well, so there are a lot of epoxy kits that you can buy at Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace, any local hardware store.
Yeah.
And if anyone is looking to do a garage floor, they've probably stumbled across a video on YouTube or a blog post or whatever, people who have done these.
Or Instagram. I know lots of women that did it on Instagram.
Instagram too, yeah. And in general, I mean, they look pretty good. But the problem with those kits is usually you use a liquid to acid etch the concrete. And that's not really the best way to do it, to have good adhesion of the epoxy to the concrete.
Okay. Technical. Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, that's what it is.
I was going to say I wouldn't get enough flakes, so it wouldn't look so cool.
Well, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
But so they come with this, you do a liquid acid etch, and that acid etch isn't the best at getting the concrete prepared properly, so it doesn't usually adhere. So if you hire a professional, usually they come in with this machine and like grinds the surface, and that really gets rid of any oils like that's leaked from your car or anything that's leached from the concrete to get it prepared so it's a good surface for the epoxy to bond to. So anyway, the at-home kits or the stuff that DIYers usually get that you can buy, you acid etch it, and over time, usually the heat from your tires is driving in and out of the same spot, it'll lift it up and it'll come off, and usually it fails. Doesn't happen to everybody, but it happens a lot. So if you were to have a professional do it, they just charge a lot of money. So we thought we could find something a little bit better, and we did.
Yeah.
Oh, in our opinion, it's pretty good.
In our opinion, which is why we're sharing this, because it was very affordable. So we did not do epoxy, but rather you have tiles that you can put on the floor, and we did. I guess they're all interlocking, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So interlocking tiles. So that said, why would you choose to do that instead of epoxy? Obviously, besides the epoxy potentially lifting up with the whole etching thing, but like, what's the benefits of having these interlocking tiles?
I think there's a couple. The first one is ease, because these are interlocking tiles. I mean, we laid this thing down real fast, which is good. You don't have to, clean the floor, etch it, or have somebody come etch it, and then wait some time for it to dry, and then put down the epoxy, and then put down the
floor? I don't even know. We did sweep the floor.
Yeah.
Because there's a picture.
Yeah.
With the broom. We swept the floor. We have proof.
But yeah, so there's different steps that you have to do with the epoxy, and it takes a long time to do. You got to wait for it to dry, to cure, yada yada, all those things. The tiles, you just lay them down real quick. It's a little tricky with the edges, but yeah. So as far as
what are edges? The
edges around the garage, making the cuts.
Edges. Like there's no edges in this one. But yeah, the edges.
Unfortunately, our garage is not completely. The measurement of it is not such that you can just lay complete tiles all the way down. We had to cut one side, but aside from that, I think these tiles came in sections of 2 by 2. It was 4 tiles already linked together in a box.
Yeah.
So they're pretty big. You just lay these things down, you step on them, pop them in, It goes really, really, really fast.
Yeah.
What was the question I was answering again?
Why to do it? Why would you choose this? So you're talking about ease, how they were.
Oh yeah, this the ease. The ease is good. Yeah, because they're easy to install. It's really quick. And then the other thing, so epoxy floors. I don't think it's such a big deal here because we don't have a lot of humidity, but places where there's a lot of humidity, they can be really slippery, like if it rains and stuff. So usually people, you have to pay extra to put this like I don't know, I guess it's kind of like a sand or like a texture in it to keep it so it's not slippery. Because if you drive in and it's wet and the water from your car, or if you have humidity and things like that. So these are not slippery.
Right, they're not.
Even if it's wet, it's not slippery.
Yeah.
And then the other reason.
I mean, you don't have to have 3 reasons.
I don't know. I
was just curious, like why.
I'm sure there's other things.
I mean, for us,
it's really easy to clean.
I was gonna say it's easy to clean because you never want to go out and, well, definitely not mop your concrete, but sweep it, and it just always feels dirty. Your concrete always feels dirty, and it also shows everything that falls on it, be it dirt, mud, oil, whatever it may be. We've now had our tiles for a while, and they're definitely dirty because we don't clean them very often. But all that said,
what? No, they look good right now. We cleaned them not that long ago.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago. You get tires coming in there, they get dirty fast. But I think that's great. The cleaning's a big one though. Because many people do use their garage. Even if you don't drive and park in your garage, that means it has stuff that you often want to go find and get. So anyways, I think the cleaning's a big one. But that's really cool about the difference between that and epoxy. So that said, talking about ease of cleaning.
Yeah.
What is like an ideal setup? I assume, well, I know there are different types of the tiles, right? So is there like an ideal setup? Depends on your needs.
Yeah, I think it depends on your needs. So these are interlocking tiles. They're made out of this really hard plastic and injection molded plastic. And there are some, so the ones that we have, the top of them, they're completely like smooth, I guess. Well, they have a little design, but I mean, you can't see through them. They have other tiles that have little like slits in them.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that really like those. And the benefit to those is like if you drive in the garage and you got little gravel or dirt from your tires or leaves that blow and they kind of fall in and they go down through. Versus the ones that we have, because they don't have any of those, everything just stays on top. I like the ones that we have, but I think it'd be good to have maybe a combination of both. So like some of the areas, well, you can create like a design. Well, these come in all different colors too.
Yeah,
so ours is just a single color, but there are people who create like where the car's parked, there's one color with a border, or they do checkers or whatever.
So where the car is parked, you could do like the slitted kind, and then like on the outside, you could do the solids or something too.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
The only reason I was thinking about that or something similar is because sometimes when, like for example, when it rains, when you pull the car and when it rains and all the water starts dripping down, if you had a couple of those with those slats in them, the water could just drain all the way through.
Because that's
and then
true.
Evaporate.
When it rains and stuff, I mean, you do have a puddle for a while, but if you don't touch it, it'll eventually dry up. But you could easily just wipe it up. That is another kind of nice thing if that bothers you to have puddles in your garage.
But I think if you want a super clean look, the ones that we have are the best. It's a really clean, crisp look. The ones with the slant, I don't know, the holes in them. I think those look good too from the distance, but when you get up close, it looks kind of busy. And I guess if you're one person who doesn't want to ever have to clean your garage floor, then those are probably a better option for you.
That's true.
But I think we like to clean it periodically. So what we have works pretty good.
Once in a blue moon, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so that said, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the absolute worst, 10 being these are fantastic, how would you rate the ones that we have, which we have yet to disclose, and we understand that. We're building up for you.
Suspense.
Yeah, strategy.
Well, if anybody's watching this, if they know our shopping habits, they probably can tell where we're going with this. But anyway, I would say this is probably I'll say it's a solid 8. I would say.
Ooh, a solid 8. That's actually really
That's really good. I mean, these have the tiles that we got. Again, it really transforms the way the garage looks. It looks way better.
It's like a finished product almost, especially if you like paint your walls and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, even if you're not, so I guess I should preface this and say that I am and you are becoming a car enthusiast. So that's exciting. But, you know, we're people who we like to have our cars in the garage. We use our garage for our cars, but for storing.
We talked about that last time.
Yeah, for storing some other things. But, you know, we go in and out of the garage. We have a freezer in there. We go in and out to get stuff out of the freezer. I've worked on our cars in the garage, done different things, projects and stuff. And having the tiles again, it's really, one, the garage looks better. Two, it's easy to clean up. You know, we spilt motor oil, just liquid.
I'm not there yet.
Huh?
You said we spilt. I said,
oh,
no,
yeah.
you, not me. I'm not there yet.
Yeah, we've got oil on it. You know, we've got different kinds of, all kinds of different stuff has been on there. And it's really easy to wipe up. It's easy to clean. It just makes a really big difference. And also too, like for moving stuff, if we slide stuff on there, it's easy.
Oh my gosh.
You can still roll stuff across it, slide things.
Things move so nice.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, so true.
Especially when we've had like something heavy or whatever, and you can just push it on there. It doesn't really get scratched very easy. I've jacked cars up on top of it, and it hasn't really like deformed them or anything. They've held their shape.
And you usually would have a few extras too. Like we have a few extras just in case. And the ones we chose are the pricing for the ones we chose. We did get them on sale, which they go on sale periodically. But even not on sale, I think you'll have extra, and it's nice. You can always just replace them.
Yeah,
which is easy.
So with all those benefits, I rate it pretty high. I mean, it's not perfect, but I mean, again, for what you get, the value that you get for the price and the ease of installation, I think it's a pretty quick, easy, transformative thing to do for your garage.
Which is wild. So, in case you don't know Sean, his standards are pretty high. So
I do have pretty high standards.
That's pretty good. He's very meticulous. Attention to detail is extreme. So, man, we got to write Costco and let them know they partnered with a great
just gave it away.
I know. I had to drop the Costco seed. Yeah, if you know us, we shop at Costco. But how we ended up actually coming to this, Sean didn't even know about this. Because, I did my own research. I wanted to surprise him, and just like through prayer, I felt like the Lord was just like, this is a gift from the Lord to God. So like, I was just the vessel to make it come to pass. So I was doing my research, and I had heard about brands like Swiss Tracks.
Swiss Tracks is a really big one.
Yeah, through him. So I did my research on that, and I was like, dang, that ain't cheap. No. So somehow on Costco, there's this brand, and they actually they have an option of solids, but also I think a checkered version, but I was not feeling that. So we just got like a solid, more like a slate type gray, and it was on sale. And mind you, so epoxy's probably, if you got it professionally done, it's like $5,000 maybe. It's a couple grand.
Yeah, it's at least $3,000.
At least $3,000, and then you add all the extra stuff, maybe $5,000.
And we have just a standard 2-car garage.
Yeah, not very big.
Yeah.
And then Swiss Tracks, I priced out, and I think it was probably going to be $3,500, maybe $4,000. I don't recall, but I remember it was significantly more than what I ended up paying for this. So this being on sale through Costco was like $900, and it comes to you truck. They unloaded the pallet, and then we just put it right in. And it was amazing. And we love Costco for a lot of reasons. One being they have a lot to offer, but two, man, if you didn't like it, just take it back to Costco. I guess that would be really hard to take it back to Costco, but the options to return it were good. And so it was hard to find reviews. I did a lot of research on that. I think I found like one. Do you
remember the brand? I know there's another brand called Race Deck.
Moto something.
Race Deck is like another big one, like Swiss Tracks. And these ones look just like Race Deck.
Yeah, I remember Race Deck because I came across that too, and these were still significantly less, especially being on sale. So actually, we'll link the brand. It's like Moto. I recently looked it up. Yeah. Moto something because we were gonna buy more.
They still have them on Costco's website.
Yeah, they still had them. They were just on sale the other week when we were looking to figure out how to replace some ones that we cut real poorly. real poorly. We were learning.
Well, so if you do have to cut them, we initially tried to cut it. I was cutting with a jigsaw.
Well, that's gonna say, what are some tips and tricks of like
Yeah.
getting this all installed? I know we already said it was easy, but there has to be tips for cutting and fitting and things, and that goes into the cutting. So yeah.
I'll say a jigsaw is definitely not the best way to do it. I did it. It took a lot of time.
Everywhere, and they weren't straight, right?
Yeah, it's really hard to cut these things straight with a jigsaw. At the time, I didn't have a miter saw, but when I fixed a couple pieces a couple weeks ago, I have a miter saw now, so that made it really easy. So if you have a table saw or a miter saw, that's totally the way to go. You can do it with a jigsaw. It just takes some time and patience, and make sure you have the right blade for your jigsaw.
You had to like clamp it and stuff too. You had to get a straight edge, clamp the straight edge. Didn't know what you did, or did you just wing it?
Towards the end, I started doing that. Yeah. I winged it at first, but it's kind of hard because on the underside of the tiles, they've got all these like little veins or ridges to help support it. So you'll be going good, and you hit one, kind of kick it around. So, but yeah, I know if you have a table saw, we'll cut them really easy. A miter saw is good too. The only thing is a miter saw, have a 12-inch miter saw, and it doesn't cut it all the way, so you got to cut it and then turn it around the other way and finish the cut, so it cuts all the way through.
That's still better than probably a jigsaw.
Yeah.
If you had to rank.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Table saw, miter saw, jigsaw.
Yeah,
okay.
Definitely.
Fascinating. But yeah, I mean, it's so easy. There's really not much to elaborate on other than like, we absolutely love it. You explained all the reasons why you like it. I like to clean it. And I also, being a home person, it feels like it's a part of our house. That's a big thing, is because it's got like a finished looking floor. You feel like you're still in your home when you walk out there. So we have a freezer out there. We're going to that freezer all the time. I'm not saying it's probably great that I go out there in my socks, but I feel comfortable going out there in my socks. Which may explain why there's footprints all over our hardwoods. But it feels a part of the house, and I really like that. And then we've slowly developed it to be like a workshop, if you will, of space that you really like. And I think having the finished floor makes you almost more motivated to have a more finished surrounding around that, so it's not just a messy garage.
Yeah.
So it's really simple.
I mean, I think either whether you decide to do epoxy or you do the flooring like we have, and whether or not you use your garage for your cars or you use it just for stuff, that people put in there, doing something to the floor, I think, really helps transform it from like this dirty, kind of place to like a more finished, presentable place. Even like I said, even if you just have stuff that you're just storing in there, I think it really helps.
Or even using it as a gym. I did have someone ask me once, like, "Oh, if we work out, would you recommend that?" It's like, sure. I mean, it's not gonna give and be spongy or like anything like that, but it's better than concrete. Yeah,
but if it hold your cars up, it'll be fine for a gym.
That's true. So yeah, that's just something we really want to talk about. It's simple, easy. It's focuses a little bit more on the man, and the woman can appreciate it too. Especially if you're into kind of cultivating a home. But yeah,
for sure.
Highly recommend. So we'll link that, and then have a photo too of we have a before and an after, but our garage doesn't even look the same anymore, but at least gives you an idea of that finished look that you're talking about. And then you can decide if it's an investment you want to make. Also, if you really liked them, when you move out of your home, if you decide to move, you can just take them with you. Unless it's like written in the in the contract that they want to keep it. But I liked the idea also, like it's not permanent. We're all about not making things permanent. That's actually probably really why we wanted it. We like things that are removable, transferable,
adjustable,
detachable. So that's really a big reason too.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think it's they're awesome. I think it's one of the best bangs for your buck.
I agree. Awesome. We can agree on it, then we recommend it. All right. Is that it? I think so.
Oh, well, we talked about it's easy to clean earlier. So the way we clean it, we have this Bissell Crosswave floor cleaner thing. So you just fill that sucker up with just any kind of floor cleaning solution.
Yeah.
You just go out there and, you know,
So easy.
it's like vacuuming the floor more or less with a little
It
bit of water.
vacuums and mops at the same time with a cross
Yeah,
wave.
that thing.
Because we can't use it in this house because I didn't know you can't use it on hardwoods. Not recommended on these hardwoods at least. And so yeah, that's like our designated garage cleaner. And it's awesome. So easy. That's a great point. Instead of taking out a mop or something, you could Swiffer it probably, right?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, you
Bona
could if you wanted
probably
to.
makes products for use a Bona product. But yes, highly recommend that for sure.
Yeah.
Good thought.
Yep. What else to say about it?
That's probably it.
I like it. Hope likes it, and you'll probably like it too. Go buy you some.